Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another round of Grand Arena Championships. This is the final round of the second week, and we are in the finals. So far, the heavy defense strategy has been paying off, so I went with it once again. I kind of like it because, you know, it's a gamble, and if it pays off, it pays off. And if not, I don't have to mess with half the board, like try to be super efficient and clear off whatever for max points. And half the time I don't have to mess with fleets, which, if you guys know that, I can't stand fleets. So I'm not too worried about full clear max points every time. I really like this style. It's kind of fun. So take an overhead shot of the board here. You can see that my opponent does have his Rey setting out front. I'll go ahead and show you the top zone first though, so you can see what he's got up there. A crew team, Dengar with IG and Queel, a Maul team, Hux, and then he's got Bam with Mission and Zalbar. So not too bad, but you know, some of those squads can get you if you're not paying attention. Down south, I told you he's got the Rey team, he's got the Hero Bros with Nest, and then he's got a Grandmaster Yoda led team with Cam, Darth Revan, the full Darth Revan trio, and then CLS with Chupio and 3PO there. So we're gonna have to work on these and hopefully not mess up too bad. Hopefully I can do a good job for you guys. First things first, we're gonna start off with the counter that I know I'm gonna use, which is JTR, BB-8, and R2 against his CLS Chupio team. A lot of people put this team down, and there's a couple other things you can counter it with, but I don't know, this is probably the most reliable. I've only lost once, I think, trying this, and you know, it just didn't work. But ever since then, it seems to work pretty well. You can at least get through. If you can get a couple stuns, you're in good shape. You want to try and stun Chupio or keep him ability blocked, because you don't want him blinding you and getting his AoE off. That's going to be bad news. Right now, I'm not doing so great with my BB-8 there, knocking at death's door in the red. I went for a basic there with R2 and I got the stun on Chupio, so that's good. Got him taken out. Now I feel like it's at least manageable with just CLS there, because I get a decent amount of dodges. It sucks that I got confused on my BB-8 there. Not much I can do about that. And CLS just took him out. So that kind of sucks, but at least I've got R2, so I've still got some stun control. And JTR does a pretty good job of, you know, evading all the attacks, and with her specials putting that locked healing immunity down. So we're sitting in good shape. Just got to get him taken out here before he starts going crazy. And there we go. 49 banners only, but at least I got through it, which is all I can kind of hope for these heavy defense matches. This is one matchup that I don't like, is having to do DR mirrors, because you got to be faster than them, and then even if you're faster, if their Basti is still faster, even though you fear the whole team and they miss their turn, her corrupted battle meditation still kicks in and makes it to where you can't debuff the enemy team. So it's kind of a pain in the ass that you have to deal with that. Can't be putting the debuffs on. You can see I got Death Mark on my DR, which is kind of the worst thing you want to happen, because you're going to end up losing him pretty quickly. Thankfully it went, you know, he got some protection back, so that drain from Malik didn't kill him, and he managed to stay alive. And then now Malik's draining my Malik, which is great. He can keep doing that because it's not doing anything to me. Keep going after my Malik and see what happens. And I took him out with a special right there. So all that, and it ended up to be 52 banners. Not bad at all. And then now, of course, there is C versus Rey, but he's got Rey with Cat and Armor. So you got to kind of watch with that. If the Armor puts the level 3 Beskar on Rey, you're kind of screwed. Like, there's no way about it. You got to be able to ramp the damage and take her out. And if she gets that Beskar, you're going to be stuck there without being able to crit and just doing no damage to her at all. So not really sure the best way to go about this, but you guys will have to watch this and kind of see how it plays out. I do like that Armor does the armor shreds, helps stack up that Beskar so I can get my C wrapped up in Beskar, and once he's got that on, there shouldn't be a danger of losing the match, you know, to damage. But of course you can time out, as I mentioned, if Rey gets that level 3 Beskar. So gotta look out for that. I don't want it to happen, but I don't have like ability blocks or anything I can do. And then look, Armor wasted it on Cat, which is awesome. Go ahead and put that Beskar on Cat, because she's just gonna be annihilated here soon once I get into my ultimate. So that's all I need. I was like, did she put on Rey? Thank God, no she didn't. And stayed alive just long enough to help absorb some of Rey's ultimate. So we're good there. I'm back to almost full health, full protection. I've got my tank tech and my Beskar on me, so I'm in really good shape. I just gotta not let Armor get back to 3 stacks and drop it on Rey. So we'll go into my ultimate here, and then as soon as I get my move, I'm gonna go ahead and use it, and that'll get rid of those problems. Then it'll just be 1v1, and there we go. Look at that. And Rey's got no Beskar or anything. So I don't know if that's RNG, that the Armor picked Cat to put something on, or if it always is going to prioritize Cat. But if that's the way it works, hey, that's much better. It would have been better without putting Cat on there, because if Rey would have got that Beskar, I would have been screwed. As it is now, she can't do anything to me, and I'm going to take her out fairly quickly. Got her in the red, and she's gone. So there we go, 48 banners for that one. Best you can kind of hope for there. Now we can go after his nest with the bros. I was thinking, okay, if I take in my bounty hunters here, I should be able to outspeed and go after Finn first, and then as soon as I go after him, I can take him out real quick, and in theory they should do enough damage. Well, it sounds good on paper, but as you can see, I'm ending up getting my ass kicked. They do so much damage that look at that. I lost my bounty hunter's resolve. I got 2 of them half dead sitting over here, so it really didn't go like I hoped. I thought I would be able to do much better, and yeah, that just didn't pan out. So ended up not going anywhere, but they burnt off a bunch of specials, so hopefully I can just clean that up and be good. So I'm going to use, or I should say waste, Triumvirate here, which I was hoping to avoid, you know, save them for something else. But they should do okay since all the specials and whatnot are burnt off. And then I can just kind of focus down on Finn, get rid of him before he starts going crazy. And then I'll worry about Nest by the time Annihilate comes up. So I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can over to this Finn, and then take him out of the picture. Once he's gone, it'll be much more manageable. Take him out. Now I don't have to worry about all that. Now I can go after Poe, and then I'll just isolate here when I get a chance on Nest. Send it over to Nihilus. He's almost got his Annihilate up, so that's we know what's going to happen to Nest here pretty quick. Let's just keep working on Poe and getting him down, and it should be done and dusted here pretty quick. There we go. Annihilate Nest, and now just Poe to worry about. I'm going to lose all my protection banners. I should get the health okay. Everybody looks to be doing okay, so 31. Not perfect, but that is, I guess, one of the advantages of the heavy defense strategy, is that if my opponent doesn't clear that zone up front, that's half the board, so it really doesn't matter. I just need to get through the other zones, you know? So now I'm going with my JKR and Cam against his Grandmaster Yoda. Went and took out Cam first thing, and then now that he's gone, I can kind of work my way around to taking out the rest. Yoda is a little bit annoying because he spreads the buffs, and you got constant foresight to have to deal with, so a little bit of a pain. But I do got armor shreds from Cam here, helping out a little bit. I've got healing from Hermit Yoda, so I should be okay. Just keep sending attacks over to Cam, let him put in the work. Basic double tap, almost got Yoda there, and then, you know, he goes again. There we go, got him out, and ended up being 53, so not terrible at all. That'll get me through to the back, see what he's got back there hiding, waiting for me. Nute team, Night Sisters, a Poggle team. Yeah, not too bad. So standard stuff. I thought he would have gone heavier and back, but since he went so light and didn't put any more GLs, I get a real shot at full clearing this board. You know, the more GLs my opponent holds, the easier it's going to be for me to clear, since most of my GLs are on defense. So I should be able to get through this, I think. Let's see what happens and see if I can't make some good progress on this board. I'm going to start off with clearing the back wall, because if I get the bottom zones done, then that's already going to be more points than he will have gotten from the top. So that's a good way to secure the victory, even though obviously I want to clear the top two and get to ships. I at least want to make sure I get the win first, and then anything after that is just bonus. So we're going to take Geos in against his Nute team here. It's Nute Jango with L3, which is pretty common on defense. Pretty stout, because Jango can be a troublemaker once he starts with that damage immunity. And depending on how they're modded, he can put in some real work, you know, with his rocket and doing damage. You don't want him to take out the wrong Geo. So I've got pretty much Relic 7 Geos, I think, and they're pretty stout. They should be able to make it. I was able to take out Nute right away, so I don't have to worry about extortion. The good thing is, I don't want to end up powering up Jango any more than I have to. And then my goal is to take him out once with normal damage, and then use Spy's big hit to take him out the second time real quickly if I can. So that's the plan on paper anyway. We'll heal up a little bit, get rid of some debuffs, and then switch back over to Jango here. Trying to get him out before Spy comes back around with his big hit would be great. Had him down into the red, but he ended up healing right back up into the green. And I had to go after L3. That taunt will steal your focus away a little bit. Thankfully, I got him down. And just put some more hits on him. And there we go. Spy's turn. Take him out. Now there's no threat of damage. It's just a matter of taking out L3. And the AI can do that just fine. So flip on auto in case that takes a good while, because it's going to take him to have to cycle back through all the moves, you know, a couple times. L3's got some good defense and heals up and all that stuff. So I want the computer to cycle through it and do it. And there we go, 51 banners for me. On to the next squad. It's going to be Grievous, B1 and B2 against my Mon Mothma, Cassian, and K2. So yeah, let's give it a whirl. Gonna try and land a daze on B2 when I get the chance. If I can get the daze, that means I'll get hit less going after B1. And you want to take out the B1 because of you know, all the healing and extra damage that it does. I did not land the daze, so screw it. Let's just go after B1 anyway and just eat the extra hits from B2. But we need to get rid of B1 and get all those stacks down as fast as we can. The good news is this team does have a lot of assists and a lot of attacks that they do take out B1 fairly quickly. And now it's just kind of business as usual. So we'll go after B2, try and again land a daze if we can. And it doesn't matter, just land all the debuffs we can, do as much damage as we can. That's all we're trying to do. Got him into the red, so let's see if we can't get him out. And now it's just a lone Grievous. So not much to say here. He goes after K2, which is the plan. I just don't want him to kill anybody. If he starts killing somebody, then I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. But other than that, I mean, you really could let the AI go and just auto it. So we'll flip that on. because again, it takes a while to grind Grievous down and get him out. It's kind of a pain, but you only got to stop it if he ends up going after like Cassian or kills the summon that Mon Mothma has. You know, you want everybody to be a target up there, kind of a punching bag, but you don't want anybody to die. So we got Grievous into the red. He's almost gone, thankfully. Let's see if we can't get rid of him here. Almost got it. Just keep doing as much damage as I can. You know, score's not going to be too pretty. 50 banners, but got through it and won, and that's all I can really hope for. I've got some Night Sisters here, and I've got my Imp Troopers, Veers, Piet, and Dark. Dark is only R7 now, because they refunded us all the stuff, and I saved his R8 and took him back to R7 at least. I don't think I'll do R8 unless they can, for some reason, still counter something good and it necessitates R8, but without them being able to be a C counter, I don't think it'll be worth it. So I'd rather save those R8 mats because R7 worked here just fine. Got my 54 banners. Now we'll go after his Poggle team. So I needed something to take this team out, and since I'd used my CLS with Han and Chewie, you know, I got them set aside that way. I was like, what am I going to use? I've got C3PO and I've got Chewpio. I need a good rebel leader. I don't know if he's good, but my Akbar is Relic 6 for fleets anyway. So I figured might as well go ahead and throw him in here and see what happens. And you get enough exposes and assists and all that stuff that they can actually do a pretty good bit of damage. So I'm just letting it rip. Chewpio's doing all the work with the main damage over here. And look at that C3PO with the exposes and confuse and all that good stuff. Yeah, they tore right through it. 53 banners there. And so there's a solution for a Poggle team if you run into that, which a lot of people like to put that on defense. So here he's got Night Sisters, and I thought, okay, there's no zombie to worry about. There's Talzin, Daka, and Spirit. I know Spirit can hit hard, but Jango and Boba both have the ability to take somebody out permanently, except they keep going after my Jango, and he got stunned and all that, and so he hasn't gotten to take a turn. I thought I'd be able to take out Talzin right away and not have to worry about it, and instead, you know, he's been stuck. Thankfully, he was able to get rid of her. But it's like they killed Boba before that could even be a thing. And look at that. They got him into the red. He's plagued. It's horrible. And then he gets stunned again. I totally thought that match was going to go another way. But I guess there's not enough healing and other stuff to be able to take him out. Thankfully, I at least had got rid of Talzin. And because of that, it makes him so much easier to clean up. Go in with Basti-led Jedi. Got Barriss and Ayla in there. So I've got plenty of stuns, dispels, ability blocks, control, and the healing probably is pretty important too. If I can just get Daka out, then I don't have to worry about any of that business really. I've got enough of a protection cushion that it shouldn't be an issue. Here we go, look at that with the stuns from Ayla. If you guys have her at Relic, she really does shine in 3v3 when she can stun and sideline half the enemy team. So there we go, she did her thing, and 34 banners there on a cleanup. Again, not too bad. I kind of like this heavy defense style because you don't have to be like razor efficient and worry about every little mistake, because trust me, I make plenty of mistakes. So that got rid of the bottom. Now I can go up top, start clearing this off, and then see what kind of ships he's got behind it. But I should be in really good shape now. Got enough points for the win there, so I'm not in danger of losing the match, which means I'll end up going 3-0 this week, which is crazy. Let me take a minute to tell you something, because I always went light on defense and tried to beat him on points, even though efficiency isn't my game. And something one of my patrons said that really stuck with me, and I told her I would shout her out in this video. And it was a remark that she had made the other day when she's like, check out my front wall. And it's Evil, formerly Darth Evil. And she had put like Revan and Gas down and 3 GLs. And I'm like, that's a pretty heavy wall. What are you going to do if your opponent also puts down 3 GLs? And she says, I don't know. I only meant to put 2, but I accidentally put 3. But hopefully his are spread out or in back, and I'll be able to clear at least 3 zones. And for some reason, that has stuck with me, and I thought, yeah, if his are spread out or they're hiding in back, and he gets stopped cold up front, he's going to be screwed. So we're going to give it a shot, and this week it has served me well, and I'm going to end up winning all 3 matches, whereas the first week, I went 1-2. I only won 1 match, you know, and I think that was against an auto set defense. So I did not have a good first week. And the second week has been the most fun. And so I just want to give a huge shout out to her, just an offhand, you know, kind of comment and whatnot. And that's really changed the way I look at things, at least for 3s, and at least with the new ship, having to deal with the Executor. It's just been a lot less stress, and I need that in my life. So thank you so much, Evil, for that, you know, just little remark that got me thinking. Anyway, we're back to the wall here, taking out a first order team. There's lots of counters you can use against these guys. Sometimes I like to go EP lead with Vader and Thrawn, because EP's got the shock that helps negate the healing that they do because of all the debuffs. But I found out that you can actually do Vader lead pretty effectively, because you can stack enough debuffs that if they heal, so what? You can eventually set them up for a massive culling blade. And I did end up putting R8 back on my Vader. You know, he's got the ship. We still use him in the pit raid, so he seems to do okay. And I like taking top spots in the pit raid, so I'm fine with using a Relic 8 on him, even though he may not be able to counter a Galactic Legend after the nerf. You know, that'll be okay. I was able to get 54 there, so we'll take that. Now we'll use Padme to take out his Hux team, Hux, Red Trooper, and Faust. Do the heal up, get some protection up so we can get some courage. Go straight after Hux, try to take him out. Get rid of all that nonsense. Take him out. And then now I can worry about Red Trooper. It's actually kind of nice to leave him alive and take him out second, because he assists. He ends up proccing some more of that bonus protection up. Makes your team a little bit stronger. So yeah, that's fine. Take him out second is better than trying to focus him out first. And look at that, was able to get 54 there too. So that's pretty good for a Padme team. Now I'm taking in my own crew team against his Darth Maul team. Maul with Sidious and Marauder. So they hit pretty hard, they have healing immunity, they can lay down some dots, daze, all kinds of stuff. But I should be able to do enough damage to take him out. I just got to ramp up Fox's big hit enough to where I can just take him out whenever I get the chance. I've got turn meter gains with OG Kylo, and then my 2-turn stun with crew. Hopefully I can use that to my advantage. Working on using them AoEs to take out Sidious, get the numbers advantage. Now I can go after just whoever I can get to. If I can get Maul, great, but he went back under stealth. So not much I can do. We'll work on Marauder there. Use the AoE to get Maul and take him out. And now it's just Marauder, so we're in pretty good shape there. I don't think I can heal back up all that missing protection. Maybe I should have done OG Kylo's third move to get that protection back a little bit for him. And I ended up doing a basic there. So, I don't know. 52 banners, still not too bad. That gets rid of the top ground zone. The ground combat is done. And now we got Negotiator, but he's got TIE Bomber in the starting lineup, so can't really use Rebels there. And Malevolence. So my negotiator and my executor are on defense. So I gotta come up with some ideas of what to use. So I was asking my guildmate, Buddy Tassinix, who I beat in the first round, and he's our fleet guy for the for the guild, one of them, and he's really good with fleets. And he was busy, so I couldn't, stream or anything, but I was just like, give me the nuts and bolts of how to use Malevolence against Negotiator with this lineup. What do I do? And so he told me. I was able to do Malevolence against Negotiator, and I ended up getting 61 banners there, so that was pretty good. For the other fight, this was something I had never practiced, but it was using Rebels against Malevolence, and that one ended up failing me, but I was able to take out a couple of the ships, and so it made it an easy enough cleanup with First Order, and I got 44 banners for that one. So, not perfect. I dropped a fleet battle, which is fine for me because I'm not practiced with all these secondary counters. But look at that, I got the full clear, which I did not expect, so that's a huge bonus. 32-41 for that match, and I haven't full cleared all week, so I think that went pretty well. And my opponent got stuck on the bottom wall, so he will only clear half the map there. And that's it. That's going to be a win for me. 3-0 this week. Pretty happy with that. And we'll see you guys and see what the next week brings. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.